This game, Bills Patriots, how big is it? 1 to 10.
I think it is bigger for, I don't want to say vibes. You know what I mean? It's bigger for the morale of the fan base, I think.
Scale of 1 to 10, this game is a 10. Buffalo fans want to beat New England. We hate New England. This is a huge game for us, but ultimately in the standings, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, they pretty much win the division if we lose the game, and that's why it means so much, because we do not want to see that.
I think then it is really in the standings.
The fans need the Bills to prove they can beat New England?
I think with Drake May and Mike Vrabel, yeah.
Okay.
If you're going to feel good about taking them down, should you meet them in the playoffs? Not that it's not like New England.
It's not just Drake May and Mike Vrabel. It's also Josh McDaniels, who, by the way, was the offensive coordinator with the Patriots all those years when they won a lot of Super Bowls with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. He was the offensive kind of mastermind that worked closely with Brady on the undefeated team. They won a couple of Super Bowls together. Had a lot of winning seasons together, a lot of dominant seasons together, and now you've got Josh McDaniels back in New England. Really, that's the X factor, because he's the one that's grooming and developing Drake May. He's the one that's pumping that kid's head full of, you're going to be the next Tom Brady here in New England. You can win championships. We can win championships together. Just do this, this, and this. He's simplifying everything. He's giving a lot of wisdom to a young kid with a lot of young talent, and it's taking them a lot farther, a lot faster than any Bills fan thought really was possible.
Spanked them or anything. I mean, it was a sloppy game from the Bills, and they lost on a late field goal. So, it's not like you were like, run out of the gym or something when you played them, but still, they're on this win streak. They have a chance to win the division with a win, like to clinch it anyway. Their chances of winning it without winning this game are still pretty great. But nonetheless, I feel like we'd like to see, at least for a week, even if it doesn't represent leapfrogging them in the standings, some semblance of order restored. All right, you got us in week 5.
Yes,
you're having a year here.
We want order restored.
Very few people
definitely.
saw it coming. You're out front.
We want
chasing,
to restore the order, Bulldog.
since week 6.
Yep.
And
they got to get put back in their place.
Hey, you know what? We're still around.
Absolutely.
All right, the champs aren't just
here.
going down without a fight.
Absolutely.
You're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to beat the Jets and the Dolphins.
Yeah.
We're not just going away on you.
Yes.
And I feel that. But in reality, within the standings, I mean, they're not in much danger of. I don't think they can even fall out of a playoff spot if they lose the game.
See, that's a complacent mentality, though. That's a terrible mindset. If your mindset is, well, we're not going to fall out of a playoff spot if we lose the game, so therefore it's not a very big game, that's a weak mindset. That's a complacent mindset, which is oftentimes, this is what a lot of fans feel is McDermott's weakness. He's a little bit complacent, right? We've given you a lot of winning seasons. We've done a lot of winning around here. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you actually have done the winning in the right part of the year, right? Like, when the stakes are the highest, you kind of you fell, right? So this is a complacent mindset. It's this idea that, well, we're probably pretty much a lock to be a wild card team regardless. So this game, it's not such a big deal. Who cares? What does it matter? So we don't win the division. We won it the last 5 years. That's a weak mindset. If the coaching staff and the players are going into this week's match with New England saying, hey, this is not a very big game because, look, we've got 96, 98% chance to make playoffs, regardless of if we win the division or if we win this game. That's a weak mindset. And it's really an example. It's really showing, why we lose at the highest level every year, why we lose in the divisional rounds, why we lose in the AFC championship games. We can't finish these games. I mean, geez, if we did get to a Super Bowl, why we probably would lose in a Super Bowl. It's a complacent kind of mindset.
Maybe they can. I haven't studied that yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they're
over 90%.
Right. They're in such a strong position already that it doesn't feel like it'd be that damaging to the wild card hopes. Of course, it kills the division and the 1 seed and all that. And eventually, I think we'll talk ourselves into that being a positive.
Complacency.
Because I don't have to go as hard because I'm not trying to win the division. It's got to make sure I keep, Indianapolis and Houston.
We're in the playoffs again.
Kansas City.
Whatever.
The teams at Miami, even the teams that are behind us now, just keep them behind us.
We didn't get run out of the gym at least. It was a close game. I'll be fine.
I think that's how it'll realistically be in my head if they lose. But I like,
No, go ahead.
But I do feel everything I just said about the, just don't roll over and let them get the T-shirts and the hats on Sunday.